Welcome to the Brett Files. Here's the man. Brett, you are a man, aren't you?
I think so.
Good. All right, I'll leave you with Brett, and here we go.
Hi, as he said, I'm Brett Morris from Fat Audio Concepts. My segment, the Brett Files, will basically cover a bit of technical information. Most people's idea of car audio is just a pair of speakers and a radio on the dashboard, but us here at Fat Audio Concepts, we think it's a bit more than that. We try and reproduce exactly what the artist intended it to sound like in your car. That's not just how it sounds, but also where it sounds like it's coming from, whether it be right in the middle of the dashboard, past the edges of the dashboard, basically just trying to reproduce what it would sound like on a stage. Next week, we'll start going through some common terminology in car audio. We'll start explaining what certain products do, how they work, why they're put in there in the first place, and how they contribute to making your car sound as good as it can. My name is Brett, and I hope you enjoyed the Brett Files, and we'll see you again next week.
We hope you enjoyed the Brett Files, so that's just going to become more and more informative as the shows go by. Now we're going to take a closer look at that Toyota Aurion that we've been building. Let's have a look at it. It's probably the only way to put it. This thing looks sexy, sounds awesome. It's an all-round package, and just some of the features on the car itself, like the push button start, keyless entry. When I say keyless entry, literally you don't even need the keys to open the door. You just walk up to the door with the keys in your pocket and it'll automatically unlock the door for you, and you can just jump straight in. You don't even have to put the key in the ignition. You just push the ignition button twice, thing starts up. It's fun. It's like a futuristic car. Okay, what we have is the 3 amplifiers in the center of the boot. The top one is a 4-channel, it's the Alpine PDX series. The 4-channel runs the front speakers and fully active, meaning there's no crossovers. Channels 1 and 2 run the tweeters, channels 3 and 4 run the mids and the doors. So each speaker has its own individual channel and gets a lot of power. Then the the middle amp is for one sub, the bottom amp is for the next sub. So each sub has its own amplifier as well. And we've used 8-gauge power cable for the actual speaker cables for the sub, because these puppies tend to like a lot of juice. They don't need a lot of juice, but the more you feed it, the better sound you get. It's in a fiberglass sub box that's also molded into a MDF box, so it's like 2 in 1. It's separate chambered as well, and that way the amps are able to slide into the middle, make a bit of a feature around it. The amps are mounted on perspex with LEDs inside it to make it glow, and the thing just looks absolutely sexual. Okay, and like all our installations, whether it's a sedan, a coupe, whatever it may be, even a limo in some circumstances, we take the rear speakers out so that way the bass can hit the back of the boot, then travel forward through the speaker holes into the front cabin. And once again, the longer you can make that sub distance travel, the better bass note you're going to get in the front of the car. You can have the subs shooting forward. You tend to lose a bit of depth and you don't have that same sound. Whereas we like to, even though they're mounted backwards, you just run them out of phase, so you put your positive and negative the other way around, shoot the subs backwards, the bass hits the back of the car, bounces forwards through the parcel shelf into the front of the car, hits at the same time as your front speakers if you have time correction, which we'll go into another time, and it just makes that feeling all so much better. That was this week's episode. Next week you're going to see part 2 of Tekken, part 2 of the Aurion, and we'll also be showing you a couple of snippets of the Dodge Nitro. Looking forward to it. I'm excited, I hope you are too. Welcome back to Fat Audio Concepts. Today we're going to be covering just a couple of the cars in the workshop, have a quick look around. We'll be having an in-depth look at my car, the Tekken RX-7, and we'll also be introducing the Brett Files. I hope no one's behind me making funny faces. Okay, now, I said okay. Following the quick WRX trail.
Okay, I just totally fucked it up straight away.
I hope you liked the Brit files. It was very informative, so stay tuned as that thing starts to evolve as well. And now we're going to have a look at the Aurion. Or Aurion? Wow, was that Dragon Ball Z? Goku!